Hello.
Hello.
I would like you to please state your name, your position, and the classes you are teaching this semester.
Okay, so my name is Arturo Arrieta. I'm a lecturer here in the history department. Um, and this semester I am teaching world history and early U.S. history.
That's great. What do you like best about your work right now?
um, what I like best about my work and my job is working with students. And I probably one of the things that keeps me going is trying to help students understand history,
Mm-hmm.
help them hopefully enjoy history, get them interested in it, maybe even minoring in it, um, and just you know that and just teaching history itself is one of the best jobs that I could think of in the world.
It's great that you enjoy it.
Yes, we really
Yeah.
do.
I mean, you've been teaching this for like 2 decades, you said,
For a long
right?
time, for almost
Yeah.
20 years now.
Yeah. Did you know that like you wanted to be a teacher,
Well,
or you
I
just
initially began as working in the public library.
okay?
And so I did that for a while, and then I realized that I didn't just like to read books, but I also like to talk about them and to talk about history. And so teaching was the best avenue for me.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. What are like three issues you feel like first years face? Like what are some issues that they face? Some three you
Some
can
of the
think of.
issues that first year students face is the college experience itself. Many of first years are living on campus, living
Mm-hmm.
away from home for the first time. It's a challenge for them to have to deal uh, with their new living situation and with a different set of expectations than they had in high school. In high school, there's a lot more oversight by teachers and parents to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that they're on top of things. In college, one of the biggest challenges for new students is when they realize that much of their education is their own
Yeah.
responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, but I try to kind of ease that transition for them by letting them know that these kinds of issues are normal for first year students, for second year students, even. That if they have those kinds of issues or personal issues or those things, I like to let the students know and be aware of resources that we have here on campus to help them, either in tutoring or whether it might be a need for counseling,
Mm-hmm.
individual counseling, psychological counseling, educational counseling. Um, so those are some of the biggest challenges for first year students, that first time of being away and realizing that uh, their the education process is really sort of what they give it and what they put into it as well. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to overview. So you said the issue is the responsibility and just being away. So like it's culture shock.
That is culture
It's a
shock.
culture shock. And then the third one you mentioned is I guess it's just the process of understanding the campus and just the new kind of um, new format of how you engage with professors because it's different than teachers because teachers are have more of a they have more of like an overview of like what you do like they have but professors are more just kind of like just teaching it and then you actually the student has to reach out if you need it but the teacher isn't really on top of well the teacher is like constantly like
But we put it more
that
of the
yeah
responsibility for the learning
yeah
process onto
yeah
the students,
that's
right?
true yeah
Yeah.
I mean I remember when I took your class like 2 years ago It was kind of similar, like what I took in high school a little bit, because like I saw that transition. It wasn't totally different. I mean, you had your format was kind of gradual of
Yeah.
just like, so we have the quizzes because
Mhm.
that's popular in high school too, and then also the exams
The
too. But
exams.
so it's not a total like shift, like
No.
no, but it's a gradual. I
It
can
is.
see that, yeah.
And I tried to make it a little bit more
Yeah.
gradual for them, especially since it's an introductory world
Mhm.
history class or a U.S. history class, something that they can fall back on from their senior year, or
Yeah.
that would help them to ease in the class
Yeah.
itself. Which is why I give quizzes. A lot of not many faculty do, but I do,
Yeah.
because it helps students to, um, even though in history we don't have specific these homework assignments that they have to maintain,
Yeah.
quizzes keep them accountable to the readings
Yeah.
and to come into class to take notes.
I actually appreciate quizzes because it helps to review.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, although it's graded, but it's still good. But I got the hang of your quizzes
Yeah.
eventually.
You did extremely well.
Yeah. How do you think a peer mentor would support in the classroom with these difficulties that you addressed?
A peer mentor for the student?
Yeah.
A peer mentor would at least assist students in sort of trying to navigate some of the more harder things in college. Um, uh, uh, a peer mentor could at least already themselves have gone through the experience. They can relate to what students are experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
They can offer some advice of things of perhaps what to do but what not to do as well. And also make it available to the students, let them know even further how they can gain help by already, first of all, having a mentor, which is great, but maybe that mentor could also assist them in going to the library, giving them their own
Mm-hmm.
orientation, perhaps going, having a cup of coffee or somewhere on campus, and at the same time walk the campus, show them the different resources that we have here on campus, the different events that take place here. I guess that would be helpful for students who are first time going to college and maybe apprehensive about the situation.
Yeah. It's definitely a great peer mentor is great for acclimation.
Yeah.
And yeah, just as a friend, because I mean, when I was a freshman, it felt kind of like lonely in a way because just it was a new environment and just I wasn't comfortable with it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, this is a new program. It's supposed to initiate in the spring. There's about 20 students in my class, and yeah, we're just like being trained for it. I don't know if all of them are going to be a peer mentor in the spring because some people just took this class just for like a class for
Mhm.
credit. I mean, I took this class to become a peer mentor. Hopefully, if I pass,
All right.
I hopefully will. Would you consider having a peer mentor with your class?
A peer mentor. So what would that entail?
So that would entail that I'm actually like a part of your class,
Mhm.
basically. Sometimes I facilitate different kind of activities, like an icebreaker, maybe academic strategy of like how to write a thesis, or maybe like good test strategies or something. Like I would just like have these moments in class of just like small little like introduction kind of like activity, and then you probably go on your lecture.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, I would definitely be a part of the classroom and just engage with the students and also collaborate with you. So we'd probably do like a lesson plan and like meet up each week or something because my teacher for this peer mentor is Grace Yu. Have you
Mhm.
met her?
No.
Well, she's the head of this program and she's going to assign us with the first year faculty.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I don't know if history department is part of it, but I mean definitely English and math. They're going to be
Yeah.
part of it.
I think especially for English and mathematics, that there are sort of writing assignments and or math homework and things like that, which I'm sure the peer mentors could work really well with that. In history, it might be a little bit more trickier
Yeah.
because a lot of it is content oriented, of which I'm not expecting, you know, peer mentors
Yeah.
to know all the information. Maybe in certain things like quiz preparation or um, maybe midterm preparation or final preparation, I could see where that would be helpful. I would, um, probably let the class know that if they needed assistance or something, and if they want some assistance, then um, um, find a space or maybe hold a space where you could come and provide that for
Okay.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably around quiz time or test time or something like that. That would be
Okay.
appropriate.
All right. Thank you
Yeah.
for this interview.